In October, the hashtag #PayUpHollywood started trending on Twitter. It was started by TV writer and WGA board member Liz Alper and shed a light on how underpaid assistants are in the industry. This and everything from writers' rooms to wardrobe departments. Variety's Elaine Lowe has done extensive reporting on this. Hey, Elaine.
Hey.
All right, so we know that being an assistant is usually a good foot in the door into the industry, but how bad is it for some of these assistants?
So it's a long accepted notion, right? Being assistant is tough. It's low pay, long hours, high stress. None of that is new. But what's new is these assistants becoming very vocal online. Some of them have been in these jobs for years. The career mobility isn't the same as what it used to be back in the 90s or 2000s. The wages have really stagnated by their account.
Yeah.
They have to work for about 60 hours a week just to be able to make a living wage. And there are just an increasing number of pressures from all sides of the industry that they're not tolerating anymore.
What does this say about who can get a job in the industry?
Well, another thing that we've heard is this limits who can get a job. If you don't have mom and dad who are able to pay your rent or your phone bills on times when your show's on hiatus, if you've got kids, if you're married, if you're older, if you have health issues, there are so many barriers to entry that come up when you don't have a living wage.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also means that you kind of have to be able to afford to be in an assistant position in a way. Yeah.
Right. You have to have the privilege to be able to enter the industry at all to make that minimum wage job.
How have things changed since hashtag #PayUpHollywood started trending?
Well, you're certainly hearing a lot more voices around the issue from people who might not historically have felt like they had a place at the table or had the room to have that voice. And you're seeing some backup from executive producers and showrunners who are backing up both the experiences that these support staff have been through, as well as, talking about their own experiences. For instance, there's Mark Guggenheim of Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow. He told me that he tries to give his writer's assistants a chance to pen a script for the series. And that's a really coveted opportunity because a lot of these assistants, their goal is to make it into the room, to become writers and producers and directors themselves. That's why they're taking these jobs in the first place. So he tries to give them an opportunity to do that, but he's also mentioned that there's been sometimes a little bit of a fight with the studio to pay those assistants as assistants while they're acting as writers on set, to still be paid for what they're doing day to day, because as he told me, they're doing both of those jobs.
Yeah.
So I think it really speaks to the culture of #PayUpHollywood that these conversations are really coming to the surface right now.
You have showrunners and executive producers stepping in and being supportive, but has there been any pushback?
As far as I can tell, and from a lot of what we're seeing, this conversation is happening on Twitter, it's happening online. There hasn't been as much pushback to the idea. I think the conversation is really going toward what's next. So we covered Local 871. It's an IATSE union for writers, assistants, and script coordinators. Somebody I spoke to who's part of that is exploring the idea of unionizing showrunners' assistants next. So I think that conversation has really come to the forefront of what else can we do to advocate for these support staff at this time to try and increase their wages so that it's livable.
All right, well, Elaine, always doing good work. Thank you. And for more on hashtag #PayUpHollywood, visit Variety.com.